I'll contact you. Have information Tango. Tan Sun Nhat International Airport, information Tango. 1200 Zulu. Wind 180 at 9er. Visibility 6. Sky conditions, view at 2400 feet.
Bamboo 1835 radio check.
Bamboo 1835, chance on that clearance, loud and clear.
Bamboo 1835 with information Tango request IFR clearance to Quoc.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Good morning, Chance on clearance. Starlux 712, looking to pick up IFR clearance. We have information whiskey.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Boarding requested.
Sun clearance, a very good afternoon via Jet Air 1170. We have information Tango. We're currently sitting at the gates 19, looking to pick up IFR to Hanoi, please.
Bamboo 1835, information Tango is current. Cleared to Quoc via the Box 2 Delta departure, then as filed. Departure runway 25 left, initial climb to 5,000. Departure on 126.35, squawk 3462.
Cleared to Manila via the ANTR 2 Foxtrot departure. Expecting runway 25 left, initial climb 4,000 feet, departure on 126.35, squawk 4244, information Foxtrot, it's current, Transworld 362 heavy.
Clear to Quoc via the Box 2 Delta departure, then as 5 departure runway 25 left, initial climb to 5,000, departure on 126.35, squawk 3462, Bamboo 1835.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Clearance Vietnam Airlines 308 Heavy, request for IFR to Hong Kong.
Bamboo 1835, read that correct. Ground is on 121.6, safe flight, sir.
121.6, good day, bye.
Boarding starting.
Hey folks, welcome to our ride to Quoc.
All
Please take your
aircraft be
seats
advised,
according to your
information
boarding
X-ray is now
passes.
current.
Stow your hands
QNH
underneath the overhead
1009er.
bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any
Hands on
assistance,
the ground,
feel free to reach out to me.
305,
Thank you for
request
choosing
push
Bamboo
and pop.
Airways.
Facing east, Scooter 305.
All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1010.
Public
Chance on that
preparation
ground,
checklist given
Transworld 178 Heavy at gate 76, requesting
5800
pushback
QM
and
set
engine start.
seatbelts on ADOS nav bottle red 1010.
Push start approved, facing west, Transworld 178 Heavy.
This way.
All aircraft be advised, information Echo is now current. QNH 1010.
This way.
Tanzania ground, good evening, Singapore 749 Heavy, information Sierra Gate 16, request IFR clearance to Hanoi, Noi Bai.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the
Chance on ground, good evening. Vietnam 648 with information India. We're in Airbus 321. We request IFR clearance to Manila as filed, please.
The overhead bin is full.
Clearance on request, stand by.
Please close the bin as a courtesy to
ViaJet
other
883, ready to taxi.
passengers. Once all your items are put away,
ViaJet 883, taxi to runway 25 right at your discretion.
well. If you are seated in
25 right at your discretion. ViaJet 883.
responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out and
All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1009er.
put away any laptops or tablets.
Ground Cathay 1518 ready to taxi.
Welcome on board.
Attention all aircraft. Uniform now current QNH 1009er.
Good evening. This way. May I see your boarding pass? Good evening.
Croydon with Vietnam 33 requesting taxi to the octave. Vietnam Airlines 33, push and start approved. Face north.
Hello. Good evening. This way. Hello. Good evening. Hello. This way. Good evening.
Vietnam Airlines
Good evening.
request pushing back.
Vietnam Airlines 262. Push and start approved.
Pushback approved. Vietnam Airlines 262.
Hello. Boarding pass, please. Welcome on board. Hello. 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 Good evening. Hello.
Vietnam Airlines 262 ready to taxi.
Vietnam Airlines 262. Taxi to runway 25 left at your discretion.
25 left at your discretion. Vietnam Airlines 262.
This way. Boarding pass, please. May I see your boarding pass? Welcome on board. Good evening. This way. Hello.
Ground VJ 1635, taxi to the ramp.
Jet 1635. Taxi to parking at your discretion.
Taxi to parking at your discretion via Jet 1635.
Member 1835 ready for push and start.
Hey folks, welcome to our ride to Quoc. This is Bamboo Airways Flight 1835 departing
Bamboo
from
1835,
International.
stands on Nhat ground.
We're
Push and start
expecting a
through.
flight time of
Face north.
approximately 33 minutes.
Push and start through facing north. Member 1835.
First, please ensure your seatbelts are fastened. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Place it over your nose and mouth, securing it with the elastic band. Remember to put your mask on first before assisting others. We also have life vests located under your seats. In the
Movement
unlikely
1151,
event of
taxi to parking at your discretion.
pull the vest out, place it over your
Taxi
head.
to parking at your discretion, VHA 1151.
Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin
As for our
inserted.
emergency exits, this aircraft does not have traditional emergency exits, but please refer to the safety briefing card located in the seat pocket in front of you for more information. If you have any questions or need assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you for choosing Bamboo Airways, and we wish you a pleasant flight. Now, Captain Viet Vong Bay, the cabin is ready for departure.
Locking gear. Release parking brakes, please.
VFJet 883, contact tower 118.7.
Over to tower, VHA 883.
Start engine 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hân hạnh chào đón quý khách trên chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways, hãng hàng không của sự hiếu khách.
Welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, the airline of hospitality.
Kính thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of the flight, may we have your attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách không hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý, không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh, quý khách cài dây an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đóng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
During taxi, takeoff and landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table, footrest, and monitor.
Quý khách đặt hành lý trong ngăn đựng phía trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay và
Please
dây
set
an
parking
toàn
brakes.
được bật sáng, dây an toàn được
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine
Nếu
start.
vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vào khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng cách nhấc
We
hoặc
have a
bấm vào
good
khóa.
engine start.
Nếu quý khách
You
bị
can
chậm trễ
disconnect.
hoặc cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và để dây trong tầm nhìn để tiếp viên hàng không kiểm tra an toàn khoang khách.
Distribution of infant seatbelt or extension belt will be provided by cabin crew. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to the cabin crew. Whenever seatbelt sign is on, please fasten your seatbelt and keep it while you are seated. Your safety belt is fastened like this. Insert the metal buckle into the other for additional shoulder belt. Cross the belt in front of your body and
Unlocking
hook the
gear.
metal buckle into the lock. Tighten by pulling the strap and unfasten by lifting the buckle or pressing on the lock.
trường hợp mất áp suất, mặt nạ dưỡng khí sẽ rơi xuống từ phía trên ghế ngồi và trong phòng vệ sinh. Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ để có dưỡng khí, đeo mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng, choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
In case of decompression, oxygen mask will be placed on the cabin ceiling and in the lavatory. Pull the nearest mask
Left is clear, right is
to
clear.
start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Wear the plastic band over your head, then tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước, rồi giúp trẻ em và các hành khách khác ngồi cùng cần giúp đỡ.
Please put on your own mask first, then help the children and anyone nearby who may need assistance.
Trong trường hợp thoát hiểm, hệ thống đèn chỉ lối thoát hiểm sẽ dẫn quý khách đến cửa thoát hiểm.
In case of evacuation, emergency light system will guide you to emergency exits.
Trong khoang khách có 8 cửa thoát hiểm, 2 cửa phía trước.
Bamboo 1835 ready to taxi to runway 25 left.
Gần nhất và các biển báo chỉ dẫn.
In the cabin there are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. Please identify your nearest emergency exits with marked signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế ngồi của quý khách hoặc phía dưới bên cạnh ghế. Khi được yêu cầu sử dụng,
Bamboo 1835, taxi to runway 25 left via Sierra 5. Victor, Sierra 1.
Life vests are located
Taxi to
under your
runway
seat
23
or below,
left
next to
via
your seat.
05
When instructed by cabin
001,
crews,
Bamboo
remove it from its
1835.
location and package. Put on
Vietnam
the
Airlines 262, contact tower on 118.7.
ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm vòng áo bằng cách giật mạnh thẻ nhựa hoặc thổi vào ống màu đỏ.
At exit, pull the tag firmly downwards or blow into mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn để lôi cuốn sự chú ý.
There are a whistle and a light on your vest for attracting attention.
Quý khách lưu ý chỉ sử dụng áo phao trong trường hợp khẩn cấp hoặc khi tiếp viên hàng không yêu cầu. Áo phao trẻ em sẽ được cung cấp và hướng dẫn sử dụng bởi tiếp viên hàng không.
Life vests are used in case of emergency or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant
Taxi
life
to
vests will be
like a
provided
check,
and
not
instructed by cabin crews.
3 radar and 80 windshield on and auto instrument setting mode.
Qatari 9071 ready for pushback.
Briefing card in the seat pocket in front
Qatari
of you.
9071, pushback approved.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách.
Pushback
Chúng
and
tôi
start
rất mong quý
approved.
khách sẽ có
Qatari
trải nghiệm an
9071.
toàn và thú vị trên các chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways.
We thank you for your attention and we hope you have a great time on board with Bamboo Airways.
Please note, the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and wind speed. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you. Ready to go.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Qatari 9071 ready to taxi. Qatari 9071, taxi to runway 25 right at your discretion.
25 right at your discretion, Qatari 9071.
Flight 18.7, Bamboo 1835. Good evening, Tower, Bamboo 1835, holding short runway 25 left, ready for departure.
Ground 121.6 Vietnam Airlines 403. Cathay 767, welcome to Tan Son Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6. Bamboo 1835, Tan Son Nhat Tower, runway 25 left. Hold short of the runway, A322 mile final.
Roger, holding short runway 25 left, Bamboo 1835.
Roger. Switching departure, Transworld 178 Heavy.
Please advise departure frequency.
Vietnam Airlines 132, contact departure. Singapore 186, welcome to Tan Son Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
116, Singapore 186.
Vietnam 132, please advise departure frequency. Vietnam 132, please advise departure frequency.
Vision 825, contact departure. Contact departure, Vision 825.
Bamboo 1835, runway 25 left, winds 180 at 8, cleared for takeoff.
Winds 180 at 5, clear for takeoff, runway 25 left, Bamboo 1835. Cabin crew, please taxi for departure.
Vietnam Airlines 259er, winds 180 at 8, runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 25 right, Vietnam Airlines 259er.
Air India 388, contact ground on 121.6.
Left checklist, takeoff, runway 25 left, confirm TCAS, the Quoc 121, left checklist complete. Cabin crew, please taxi for departure. Cabin crew, please taxi for departure. Stabilize. Check out.
Clear jet 6 Bravo Lima, contact departure.
Over departure, 78 Bravo.
Ho Chi Minh departure, Lear jet 86 Bravo Lima is going to 3000 for 4 on the departure.
Dạ Pacific làm gì đó mẹ xuống coi xem con cái mà.
Bamboo 1835, contact departure.
Singapore 186, contact Tan Son Nhat Tower on 118.7. 118.7, Singapore 186. Transworld 362, climb flight level 280. Climb flight level 280, Transworld 360 heavy.
Tan Son approach. No. Disregard, sorry.
November 6518, Yankee, say requested altitude for descent. Bamboo 1835,
Hands on Nhat departure, radar contact, climb via the SID.
Request to stay on the arrival.
Cathay 767, continue on the Doll 2 Golf arrival.
Cathay 767 will co-maintain and establish. I'll let you know when I'm on the island.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 070. Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 120.
Climb and maintain flight level 120, Vietnam Island 471.
VietJet 883, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
Switching to Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1, VietJet 883. Ho Chi Minh Control, VietJet 883, flight level 170.
VietJet 883, radar contact. Vietnam Airlines 262, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
Switching to Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1. Vietnam Airlines 262. Ho Chi Minh Control, Vietnam Airlines 262, flight level 170.
Vietnam Airlines 262, radar contact.
Cathay 767, contact Tan Son Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Cathay 767, good day.
TFDI 1, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 140.
Climb and maintain flight level 140, Vietnam Airlines 471.
VietJet 883, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Up to flight level 230, VietJet 883.
Vietnam Airlines 262, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Up to flight level 230, Vietnam Airlines 262.
Gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to
Dear guests, we are pleased to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now allowed. You may now switch on your devices and enjoy the flight. Thank you for choosing
500 until established. Clear ILS, runway 25 left. Cathay 767 heavy.
Cathay 767, contact Tan Son Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact tower 118.7, Cathay 767 heavy.
Bamboo 1835, climb flight level 200.
Climbing to flight level 200, Bamboo 1835.
Singapore 177, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
Ho Chi Minh Control 120.1, Singapore 177 heavy.
Vietnam 772 heavy, request direct SOCAN.
Yankee Bravo Golf.
Learjet Yankee Bravo Golf, contact Rage Gia Tower on 118.3. Bamboo 1835, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 133.05.
Switching to Ho Chi Minh Control on 133.05. Bamboo. Ho Chi Minh Control, Bamboo 1835 evening. Climbing past 17,000, aiming for flight level 200.
Bamboo 1835, Ho Chi Minh Control identified. Challenge QNH 1008.
Off the fast seatbelt sign. Now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you to run a safe route.
Bamboo 1835, Ho Chi Minh Control. Expect the T-Ha-1 Charlie arrival. Anticipate descent in about 5 minutes. Say the word if you want to descend sooner.
Let us know if there's any your flight more
Expecting T-Ha-1 Charlie arrival. Anticipating descent in about 5 minutes. Bamboo 1835.
Hey folks, we have now reached cruising altitude on our journey to Quoc. My colleagues and I will begin the snack and drink service shortly. I highly recommend trying our delicious spring rolls and refreshing coconut water. After we finish serving, articles from the Bamboo Airways shop will be available for you to browse. Thank you for flying with us and enjoy the flight.
Bamboo 1835 ready to descend.
Bamboo 1835, descend via Tha 1 Charlie into Quoc.
Descend via the Tha 1 Charlie into Quoc, Bamboo 1835.
Gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fastest seatbelt sign.
Bamboo 1835, cross Tiger at altitude 6000, QNH 1009er.
Hey folks, we have now left our cruising altitude.
Cross Taihan at altitude 6000, QNH 1009er, Bamboo 1835.
Inform you that the use of the lavatories is no longer allowed at this time. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Bamboo 1835, contact approach on 123.8.
123.8, Bamboo 1835. Good evening, approach Bamboo 1835, descending to 6,000 feet.
Bamboo 1835 identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 28 approach into Quoc.
Expecting ILS approach runway 28, Bamboo 1835.
Hey folks, we are now on our final approach into Quoc. Please turn off all electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away, ensure your seats are in their full upright position, and fasten your seatbelts. Once we land, our Bamboo Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights. Thank you for your cooperation.
Secure for landing.
Your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any crash.
Bamboo 1835, proceed direct CI-28, descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 28 approach.
Please complete all Wi-Fi
Proceed direct CI-28, descend to 2000 feet until established on the localizer, clear for the ILS approach runway 28, Bamboo 1835. Approach checklist for rep 1010
Bamboo 1835, contact Quoc Tower on 118.6.
3AA set, off 1 approach checklist commit. 118.6 Bamboo 1835.
Thai Asia 84 Victor, contact departure.
Contact departure, Thai Asia 84 Victor.
Thai Asia 84 Victor, negative, contact departure. 5902, contact departure.
So takeoff runway is 28, Red Cap 7 Papa Foxtrot.
Red Cap 7 Papa Foxtrot, contact departure.
Clear to Warsaw, departure via Nhat 1 Charlie, runway 28, initially climb to 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 120.9er, squawk 2744, lot 6190.
Bamboo 1835 on final runway 28.
Bamboo 1835, Quoc Tower, winds 240 at 8, runway 28, cleared to land.
Clear to land runway 28, Bamboo 1835.
Check.
Minimum.
Residue.
Light
slow. Light slow. Too low. Terrain.
30. 30. 30. 20. Retard. 7. 5.
Spoiler reverse ready, sir.
I think you can do better than that.
No correct.
121.9025.
The local
121.9025, Bamboo 1835.
Good one, if I do say so myself. Welcome to Quoc, where the weather is a lovely 28 degrees Celsius with no clouds and no precipitation. Did you know that Quoc is famous for its stunning beaches and delicious fish sauce?
Bamboo 1835, request taxi to parking.
Needed until we reach our final parking position.
Bamboo 1835, taxi to 2A via Sierra 6, Sierra Alpha 2. Have a good day.
Taxi to Alpha via Sierra 6, Sierra Alpha 2. Good day, Bamboo 1835.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
After landing check, please.
Copy,
Radar,
VVTS 986.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Hi, Asia 84 Victor, request push and start.
Asia 84 Victor, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, Thai Asia 84 Victor. Hold short runway 28, Thai Asia 84 Victor. Thai Asia 84 Victor, ready for departure, runway 28.
Thai Asia 84 Victor, contact tower on 118.6 for departure clearance.
118.6, Thai Asia 84 Victor.
Hey folks, we have now parked at Quoc International Airport. On behalf of Captain Viet Vung Bay and First Officer Con Tran, we wish you a wonderful stay here, a beautiful vacation, or safe travels to your next destination. Thank you for flying with Bamboo Airways. We hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me just a minute.
We're ready to go when you are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is your flight attendant speaking. At this time, please be sure to make sure all large carry-on items are in the overhead bins and your small items are underneath the seat in front of you. If you have any trouble or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to let a flight attendant know and we will be happy to help you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities and the safety cards provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be receiving. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text messages if you need to, but we ask that once we depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard Flight 1834. Our flight time will be roughly 47 minutes. Now that the cabin door is closed, please make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your large devices are now shut down and stowed. Please fasten your seatbelt and make sure that all tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Boarding requested.
Bamboo 1834 requests IFR clearance to Ho Chi Minh.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Foxtrot running 28, Tyres 84 Victor. Tyres 84 Victor ready for departure, 28. 118.6, Tyres 84 Victor.
Bamboo 1834, full Quoc ground. Information is current. Cleared to Tan Son Nhat via the Turn 2 Alpha departure. That is filed. Departure runway 28. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 120.9 squawk 2554.
VA2 Tân Sơn Nhất Violet Room 2 Alpha departure and S5 departure runway 28. Initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 120.9. Squawk 3554. Bamboo 1834.
Asia 84 Victor, push and start approved.
Bamboo 1834, read back correct.
Passengers boarding starting.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome aboard Bamboo Airways Flight 1834, departing from Quoc and heading to Tan Son Nhat. We kindly ask you to take your seats as indicated on your boarding passes, ensuring that your hand luggage is stowed either in the overhead bins or beneath the seats in front of you. Should you require any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact our dedicated crew members, who are here to ensure your comfort and safety. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Push back and engine start approved.
Push back and start approved, thank you.
Good evening. This way. Boarding pass, please. Good evening.
Bamboo 1834 ready for push and start.
Bamboo
Ladies and gentlemen,
1834, push and
very
start
warm
approved.
welcome
Face
aboard
north.
Bamboo Airways Flight 183
Push and start through facing north, Bamboo 1834.
Nhat. We kindly ask you to take your
Before
seats as
start,
indicated
checklist,
on your
backing
boarding
right side,
passes,
speed and first
ensuring
view.
that your hand luggage is stowed either in the overhead bins or beneath the seats in front of you. Should you require any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact our dedicated crew members who are here to ensure your comfort and safety. Allow me to introduce our esteemed captain, Viet Vung Ve, and our first officer, Khan Tran.
Hello, Captain. We are
I'm
ready for
accompanied by
pushback.
my fellow crew members, Lin, Min, and Hoa. The estimated flight time for our journey today is approximately 47 minutes. Now, I would like to take a moment to go over some important safety information. To fasten your seatbelt, simply insert the metal tip into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, lift the buckle. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap at all times when seated. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, securing it with the elastic band. Remember to put on your own mask before assisting others. For those of you seated near the exits, please take note of the emergency exits located at the front, middle, and rear of the aircraft. In the event of an emergency, follow the illuminated exit signs to reach the nearest exit. Life vests are located beneath your seats. In the unlikely event of a water landing, remove the vest from its container, place it over your head, and pull the straps around your waist. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. We appreciate your attention to these safety instructions. After our meal service, we will be offering items from the Bamboo Airways shop. Thank you for your cooperation, and we wish you a pleasant flight.
Exiting from editing mode. Please wait.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Hân hạnh chào đón quý khách trên chuyến bay của Bamboo Airways, hãng hàng không của sự hiếu khách.
Welcome aboard Bamboo Airways, the airline of hospitality.
Kính thưa quý khách, vì an toàn của chuyến bay, kính mời quý khách theo dõi hướng dẫn về an toàn trên máy bay.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the safety of the flight, may we have your attention for the safety demonstration.
Khi đã lên máy bay, đề nghị quý khách không hút thuốc dưới mọi hình thức.
Once on board, any type of smoking is strictly prohibited.
Các thiết bị điện tử phải được tắt nguồn hoặc chuyển sang chế độ máy bay trong suốt hành trình bay.
Electronic devices must be turned off or switched to flight mode during the flight.
Quý khách lưu ý, không sạc pin các thiết bị điện tử trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh.
Charging electronic devices is not allowed during taxi, takeoff, and landing.
Trong quá trình máy bay lan cất và hạ cánh, quý khách cài dây an toàn, dựng thẳng lưng ghế, đóng bàn ăn, xếp gọn chân ghế và màn hình.
During taxi, takeoff, and landing, you are requested to fasten your seatbelt, set seat back upright, secure tray table, footrest, and monitor.
Quý khách đặt hành lý trong ngăn đựng phía trên hoặc xếp gọn dưới ghế phía trước.
Carry-on luggage is requested to stow under the seat in front of you or in the overhead lockers.
Không để hành lý trên lối đi, khu vực cửa thoát hiểm, dưới chân các vách ngăn và phía sau chân của quý khách.
The aisle, the exit rows, the area under fixed bulkhead, and behind your leg must be clear of any luggage.
Quý khách cài dây an toàn trong suốt thời gian bay và khi đèn hiệu cài dây an toàn được bật sáng. Dây an toàn được cài như sau: cài hai đầu khóa vào nhau. Nếu vai ghế có thêm một đầu dây móc, quý khách bắt chéo dây ngang người, cài đầu móc vào khóa, kéo một đầu dây để siết chặt và mở bằng cách nhấc hoặc bấm đầu khóa. Nếu quý khách đi cùng trẻ em hoặc cần dây an toàn nối dài, vui lòng liên hệ với tiếp viên hàng không để được trợ giúp. Quý khách vui lòng cài dây an toàn và để dây trong tầm nhìn để tiếp viên hàng không kiểm tra an toàn khoang khách.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start. Will be provided by cabin crew. Please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to the cabin crew.
We have a good engine start. You can
fasten your
disconnect.
seatbelt and keep it while you are seated. Your safety belt is fastened like this. Insert the metal buckle into the other for additional shoulder belt. Cross the belt in front of your body, then hook the metal buckle into the lock. Tighten by pulling the strap and unfasten by lifting the buckle or pressing on the lock.
Trường hợp mất áp suất, mặt nạ dưỡng khí sẽ rơi xuống từ phía trên ghế ngồi và trong phòng vệ sinh. Quý khách kéo mạnh mặt nạ để có dưỡng khí, đeo mặt nạ lên mũi và miệng, choàng dây qua đầu, siết chặt.
In case of decompression, oxygen mask will be released from the cabin ceiling and in the lavatory. Pull the nearest mask firmly downward to start the flow of oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth. Wear the plastic band over your head, then tighten it.
Quý khách hãy đeo mặt nạ cho mình trước, rồi giúp trẻ em và các hành khách khác ngồi cùng cần giúp đỡ.
Please put on your own mask first, then help the children.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Trong trường hợp thoát hiểm, hệ thống đèn chỉ lối thoát hiểm sẽ dẫn quý khách đến
Left is clear.
In case
Right
of
is clear.
evacuation, emergency light system will guide you to emergency exits.
Trong khoang khách có 8 cửa thoát hiểm, 2 cửa phía trước, 4 cửa ở giữa và 2 cửa phía sau. Quý khách lưu ý xác định cửa thoát hiểm gần nhất và các biển báo chỉ dẫn.
In the cabin there are 8 exits, 2 at the front, 4 at the middle, and 2 at the rear. Please identify your nearest emergency exits with marked signs.
Áo phao được đặt dưới ghế ngồi của quý khách hoặc phía dưới bên cạnh
ready to
ghế.
taxi
Khi
to
được yêu cầu sử
runway
dụng, quý
28.
khách lấy áo ra khỏi vị trí, xé vỏ bọc, mặc áo choàng qua đầu và thắt chặt dây quanh eo. Quý khách lưu ý không được làm phồng áo khi ở trong khoang khách.
Life vests are located under your seat.
Bamboo 1834, taxi to runway 28 via altitude Sierra, Sierra 2, Sierra 1.
Do not inflate the life vest in the cabin.
Ngay tại cửa, quý khách làm phồng áo bằng cách chật bằng thẻ nhựa hoặc thổi vào ống màu đỏ.
At exit, pull the tag firmly downwards or blow into mouthpieces to inflate it.
Trên áo phao có còi và đèn để lôi cuốn sự chú ý.
There are a whistle and a light on your vest for attracting attention.
Quý khách lưu ý chỉ sử dụng áo phao trong trường hợp khẩn cấp hoặc khi tiếp viên hàng không yêu cầu. Áo phao trẻ em sẽ được cung cấp và hướng dẫn sử dụng bởi tiếp viên hàng không.
Life vests are used in case of emergency or when instructed by cabin crew only. Infant life vest will be provided and instructed by cabin crew.
Và bây giờ, quý khách đọc bản hướng dẫn an toàn được đặt trong túi ghế phía trước hoặc ngăn bên cạnh.
And now, please read the safety briefing card in the seat pocket in front of you or next to your seat.
Trân trọng cảm ơn sự theo dõi của quý khách. Chúng tôi rất mong quý khách sẽ có trải nghiệm
checklist,
an
flight
toàn và
control
thú
check,
vị trên
flight
các chuyến
setting
bay của
config.
Bamboo Airways.
We
To
thank you
radar
for your
and
attention,
braking
and we
windshield
hope
on
you have
and
a great
although
time on
engine
board
motor
with Bamboo Airways.
taxi checklist.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you. Cabin is secure, ready for departure.
28.6, Bamboo 1834. Good day, bye bye. Good evening, Tower, Bamboo 1834, holding short runway 28, ready for departure.
Bamboo 1834, Quoc Tower, runway 28, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Winds calm, clear for takeoff runway 28, Bamboo 1834.
Tower lot 6190. Request IFR clearance to Warsaw.
I'll grab that clearance. Give me
Understood, Captain. I shall ensure that all is in order for our departure.
Via Nhat, 1 Charlie, runway 28, initially climb to 4,000 feet. Departure frequency 120.9er, Quoc 2744, lot 6190.
So takeoff runway is 28, Redcap 7 Papa Foxtrot.
Redcap 7 Papa Foxtrot, contact departure. Thai Asia 84 Victor, negative, contact departure. 5902, contact departure.
Contact departure, 5902, goodbye.
5902 negative, confirm your intentions.
Stabilize. Take off. Make flight 67 says ARS runway Hortus Blue.
Bamboo 1834, contact departure.
Contact departure, Bamboo 1834. Bamboo 1834 with you passing 1600, coming to 4,000 feet.
Bamboo 1834, Ho Chi Minh control, radar contact, climb 4,000.
Coming to 4,000, Bamboo 1834.
Hello, Thai Asia 84 Victor with you, 3,000 feet for 4,000.
Climbing to flight level, climbing to 4,000 feet, Bamboo 1834.
Thai Asia 84 Victor, Ho Chi Minh control, climb and maintain, flight level 100. Flight level 200.
Climbing to flight level 200, Bamboo 1834.
Departure established via runway 28, Vietnam Airlines 111.
Vietnam Airlines 471, good day. climb flight level 260.
Climbing to flight level 260, Bamboo 1834.
Unable flight level 380, would like to remain on flight level 360, please. This is also a reminder to
Scooter 161, roger, maintain flight level 360.
This aircraft is equipped with onboard
Dear guests, I'm pleased to inform you that the use of electronic devices is now permitted. You may now switch on your devices and enjoy the flight. Additionally, our onboard Wi-Fi service is available for your convenience. Thank you for your attention, and we wish you a pleasant journey.
Scooter 161, roger, maintain flight level 360.
Maintain flight level 360, thank you, Scooter 161. Flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you use your seatbelt fasten when you continue to unexpected journeys.
Flight level 290.
Climbing to flight level 290, Bamboo 1834.
29, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1.
Ho Chi Minh Control, 120.1, good day.
Departure Lima Victor Yankee Bravo, passing 2,000 for Southampton. Learjet Lima Victor Yankee Bravo Golf, Ho Chi Minh Control, radar contact, climb 7,000. Climbing 7,000 Yankee Bravo. Climbing to 220 Yankee Bravo. Control, good morning, Scooter 161, flight level 360. Scooter 161, Ho Chi Minh Control, roger.
Descend via zone 1 via arrival, runway 28 to first. Zero report, capital, localizer, Vietnam Airlines, reporting on 1.
Vietnam Airlines 471, roger, report when established on the localizer. Bamboo 1834, expect the Biddy 2 Juliet arrival. Prepare to descend in roughly 20 minutes. Feel free to ask if you'd like it sooner.
Expect the BT Juliet arrival. Bamboo 1834.
Vietnam Airlines 471 and Capital 140 inbound to
10. Density altitude 1500
Vietnam Airlines 471, Ho Chi Minh Center,
Transition
roger.
190. Arriving and departing runways 25 left, 25 right. Caution bird activity. Advise on initial contact you have information whiskey. Tan Son Nhat International Airport, information whiskey. 1400 zoom in. Wind 240 at 7. Visibility 6.
Singapore 186, contact Samsung Nhat approach on 126.35.
126.35, passing forward at 6.
gentlemen, we have now reached our cruising altitude. We shall commence with our snack and drink service shortly. Today we are pleased to offer you a delightful selection, including our exquisite chicken salad and a refreshing fruit platter. Following the service, we will be presenting items from the Bamboo Airways shop for your perusal. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Maintain flight level 350. Got that.
Go to 306, level 350, request south. Fortunate Sunset, go to 350, request south.
Bamboo 1834, ready to descend.
Bamboo 1834, descend via Biddy 2 Juliet into Tanson Nhat.
Descend via BT2 Juliet, Bamboo 1834.
Temperature Tuesday.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now left our cruising altitude and have commenced our approach to Tanson Nhat. We kindly ask everyone to return to your seats and ensure that your seat belts are securely fastened. Please be advised that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted at this time. Thank you for your cooperation.
Bamboo 1834, cross TS 482 at altitude 12,000, QNH 1009er.
Cross TS 482 at 12,000 feet, QNH 1009, Bamboo 1834. Descend to 7,000 feet, Bamboo 1834.
Bamboo 1834, contact hands on Nhat approach on 126.35.
Approach on 126.35, Bamboo 1834. Good evening, approach Bamboo 1834 with information Whiskey descending to 7,000 feet.
Bamboo 1834, Tanson Nhat approach identified. Good evening, Tanson Nhat, QNH 1009er. Expect the ILS runway 25 left approach into Tanson Nhat.
Expect the ILS approach runway 25 left, QNH 1009, Bamboo 1834.
Too heavy, request direct SOCAN.
Vietnam Airlines 772 Heavy, runway 25 right is available. Cleared for the ILS approach to runway 25 right.
Tanson Nhat departure. Cathay Pacific 7032, ready to copy IFR.
1 second while I grab the paperwork. Vietnam Airlines 260, contact Phnom Penh Center on 127.5.
Switching to Phnom Penh Center on 127.5. Vietnam Airlines 260.
Vietjet 1288, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climbing to flight level 210, Vietjet 1288.
Vietnam Airlines 978, descend altitude 7,000 feet.
Descend 7,000, Vietnam Airlines 978.
Easy 123, contact Tanson Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact 118.7, easy 123.
November 6518, Yankee, say requested altitude for descent.
Disregard, my mistake. I didn't mean to say to descent.
Descent 2,500 onto establish. Clear ILS, runway 25 left. Cathay 767 heavy.
Cathay 767, contact Tanson Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Contact tower 118.7, Cathay 767 heavy.
Scooter 306, contact hands on Nhat Tower on 118.7.
Tower on 118.7, 306.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our final approach into Ho Chi Minh City, we kindly ask that you turn off your electronic devices and stow them away until we have arrived at the gate. Please ensure that your tray tables are stowed, your seats are in their full upright position, and that your seat belts are securely fastened. Our Bamboo Airways staff will provide you with information regarding your connecting flights once we're on the ground. Thank you for your cooperation.
All Wi-Fi related tasks.
Cathay 767, Tanson Nhat approach, descend and maintain 4,000.
Approach checklist, Barrel Rep 100, set, correct off, minimum.
Cathay 767, descend and maintain 3500.
Engine mode, select normal, approach checklist.
3500, Cathay 767.
VietJet 1288, contact Phnom Penh Center on 127.5.
Over to Phnom Penh Center on 127.5 East VietJet 1288.
Tanson approach, November 6518 Yankee, ready for descent. Disregard, sorry.
DI-1 request, disregard.
TFDI-1, climb flight level 280.
280, TFDI-1.
VietJet 318, contact Phnom Penh Center on 127.5.
Over to Phnom Penh Center on 127.5, VietJet 318.
VietJet 1288, contact Vientiane Center on 124.1.
Over to Vientiane Center on 124.1 and VietJet 1288.
VietJet 3930, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1. VietJet 3930, radar contact.
Hi, Captain.
VietJet 1288, contact Hanoi Center on 125.9er.
Over to Hanoi Center on 125.9er, VietJet 1288.
Control has been sponsor, Vietnam Airlines 471 and 3000 feet, 4,000 feet.
Vietnam Airlines 471, roger, climb and maintain 14,000 Ho Chi Minh QNH 1010.
Climb and maintain 14,000 feet, Vietnam Airlines 471.
Vietnam Airlines 471, climb and maintain flight level 070.
VietJet 3930, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Bamboo 1834 established on the localizer.
Bamboo 1834, cleared to establish on the localizer for ILS approach runway 25 left at Tansan Nhat.
Clear for establish on the localizer. Clear to establish on the localizer for the ILS approach runway 25 left Bamboo 1834.
Bamboo 1834, descend altitude 3000, turn right, heading 265 vectors for the ILS runway 25 left approach.
Descend to 3000, turn right, heading 265 vectors for the ILS approach runway 25 left Bamboo 134.
VHF 318, radar contact. Bamboo 1834, proceed direct TS 416. Descend altitude 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 25 left approach.
Proceed direct TS 416, descend to 2000 until established on the localizer. Clear for the ILS approach runway 25 left Bamboo 1834.
VHF 3930, contact Phnom Penh Center on 127.5. TFDI-1, contact Ho Chi Minh Control on 120.1. VHF 3930, contact VNTN Center on 124.1.
2,500.
Departure. Thai Air Asia 659er 2000 for 4,000.
Thai Air Asia 659er radar contact. Climb and maintain 7,000.
Up to 7,000. Thai Air Asia 659er.
Bamboo 1834. Traffic at your 12 o'clock 3 miles. Same altitude, A320. Bamboo 1834. Contact Tansun Nhat Tower on 118.7.
118.7, Bamboo 1834.
Climbing to flight level 120, Vietnam Airlines 148.
Vietjet 39er. Vietnam Airlines 656, winds 250 at 6, runway 25 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 25 right, Vietnam Airlines 656.
Bamboo 1834 on final runway 25 left.
Vietnam Airlines 132, contact departure. Bamboo 1834, Tansun Nhat Tower, winds 250 at 6, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 25 left, Bamboo 1834.
Roger. Switching departure, Transworld 178 Heavy.
Singapore 186, welcome to Tansun Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
121.6, Singapore 186.
Vietnam Airlines 403, welcome to Tansun Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
Ground 121.6, Vietnam Airlines 403. Cathay 767, welcome to Tansun Nhat. Contact ground on 121.9er.
1,000.
Cathay 767, good day.
Cathay 766, contact departure.
Passport Cathay 766.
Vietnam 132, please advise departure frequency. Vietnam 132, please advise departure frequency.
Sure.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
Approaching the birds, 25 left, clear to land.
100.
Flight slow. Cathay 767, welcome to Tansun Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
Retard.
VHS 1311, winds 250 at 6, runway 25 right, clear to land.
25 right, clear to land. Vietjet 1311.
Welcome to Tansun Nhat. Contact ground on 121.6.
121.6 Bamboo
Ladies and
1834.
gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed at Tan Son Nhat International Airport. What a landing it was. I must say it felt like we were gently kissing the runway. Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City. The weather here is quite pleasant, with a temperature of 27 degrees Celsius and scattered clouds at 2,400 feet. Thank you ever so much for choosing to fly with Bamboo Airways today. We kindly ask you to remain seated until we have reached our
runway
final
25 left,
position.
cleared for takeoff.
On behalf of Captain Viet
Cleared
Vong
for takeoff. Runway
First
25
Officer
left,
Kang
VietJet
Tran,
644.
and the entire crew, including Lin, Min, and Hoa, we wish you a delightful stay in this vibrant city.
Learjet 6 Bravo Lima. Contact departure.
Over departure, 78 Bravo.
635, grade 6 Bravo, good day.
Ho Chi Minh departure, Learjet 86 Bravo Lima is climbing through 3000 for 4 on the departure.
Bamboo 1834, we are clear of runway 25 left, ready to taxi to parking.
Bamboo 1834, Tan Son Nhat ground, taxi to International 10 via Sierra 7, Victor. Good day.
Taxi to 10 via Sierra 7, Victor, good day, Bamboo 1834.
Tan Son Nhat ground, Transworld 178 Heavy at gate 76, requesting pushback and engine start. Push and start approved, facing west, Transworld 178 Heavy.
Facing east, Scooter 305.
Tanzania ground, good evening, Singapore 749 Heavy, information Sierra Gate 16, request IFR clearance to Hanoi, Noi Bai.
1 second while I grab the paperwork. All aircraft, information Quebec is now current. QNH 1009er.
Ground, Cathay 1518, ready to taxi.
Vietnam 33 requesting taxi to the active.
Vietnam Airlines 33, push and start approved. Face north.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now parked at the gate here at Tan Son Nhat International Airport. On behalf of Captain Viet Vung Ve, First Officer Can Tran, and the entire crew, including my esteemed colleagues Lin, Min and Hoa, we wish you a delightful stay in Ho Chi Minh City. Thank you ever so much for flying with Bamboo Airways today. We hope you have a splendid vacation or safe travels to your next destination. Please take care as you disembark, and we look forward to welcoming you aboard again in the future. Goodbye, and take care.